Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, let me share with you my entire ridiculous luxury handbag collection. We have over 40 bags to get through, so let's start with Chanel. And the first is the Colour Block Flap Bag. Now, this is not a favourite on my channel. A lot of you do not like this bag. I personally love it because for me it's very casual and carefree. I bought this pre-loved, so it already had a few beauty marks on it. It already has little bits of damage to it, so for me it's just a throw on and go, and I will wear this bag a lot with my children. It's very, very casual. I love that it adds a bit of brightness, just like with what I'm on today. Very casual. I think it gives something, but definitely not a favourite. But for me, this is one that I tracked down. It took me quite some time. Eventually I found it, I think, in Bagista in the UK. I got a really good price on it, probably because nobody else wants it, but I love it. It is probably the size of a medium classic flap, although it is fabric, so it's a lot lighter than the traditional classic flap, and for me it's just a lot easier to wear because it has already got those beauty marks on it. It's soft, it's lighter. I just love it. Look at all those colours. This is a very me bag, and there's a lot of me bags that won't be anybody else bags. A lot of my bags people think are horrible, but that's okay because I buy them for myself. Number two is another bag that is not a fan favourite around here, and it is commonly known as the Christmas jumper bag or the ski bag. I have still never worn this bag, and the reason I have never worn it, it's a bit of a disgrace, I know, is because the chain needs extended. This for me crossbody is just too short, and I generally want to use this as a very casual throw on me crossbody bag, similar to the way I use that Colour Block, and it just sits that little bit short. The leather as well could probably do with being replacing. To be honest with you, if it was long enough, the leather wouldn't bother me because it is a pre-loved bag. I got this also at a very good price. Again, probably because not very many people want it. So the leather being marked and the leather not being brand new wouldn't bother me at all, but it is just too short. So my New Year's resolution is to send this bag away and get the chain extended the same as I did with the black classic flap and make this a lot more wearable, because I do think it's a very cool bag. Again, a very me bag. It's a cashmere bag. All of this is woolen. It's so soft. It's so squidgy. It's like wearing a jumper or a teddy bear. I do have an organizer in it just to give it a slight little bit of structure. Not structure per se, but just to give it a bit of shape really. And I love it. I need to get around to getting it extended because it has sat now, I think, in this room or in this collection probably for close to 3 years and has never been worn because yes me, have not got around to extending the chain, but it's on my list of things to do and I still love it. Next is one of my newest bags and one of my absolute favourite bags. I adore this bag. This is currently on Fashion File. I will link it. It's reduced. This is brilliant. I just love it. I just want everybody that loves sparkle and colour to have this bag because it's been such a good addition into my wardrobe. I do have a liner in it just to give it a little bit of shape. Again, because it's not leather, it's fully sequin. Not sequence, as I say with my accent and get corrected in the comment box, but it is a fully sequin bag. So it's quite light and I wear this doing the grocery shopping. I wear this to the garage. I wear this if I'm running out to the shop. It does have the 4 grommets, so you can double it up and wear it under your arm like that. It's a good length on me. It's not one of those bags that is stuck up in here. That drives me crazy. But personally, I have never actually worn it like that. I always wear it crossbody. This does extend and I think it becomes a really good length for me as a crossbody bag, and it just adds something. It's completely and utterly in your face and sparkly and definitely not quiet. Definitely not shy and retiring. So it works for me. Again, it's a bag that won't work for everybody, but if you love sparkle, this is one of my favourite bags in my whole collection. We're going by designer luxury house this year, in case that wasn't apparent, so we're starting with Chanel. The next bag is one that not a lot of you love as well. This I also bought in America in the summer. I again love it. It's a me bag. It is the Chanel La Pausa bag. Now this is classed as an evening box bag. I use this to go shopping and it's not the easiest. I talked about this in a recent video when I talked about my best and worst purchases of 2024. The phone has to be set in exactly in the biggest part of the shape, and I have got it caught in the zip quite a few times, so it is not the most carefree and easy to use bag. In Chanel's defense, it's not meant to be. It's meant to be a bag. They call it an evening bag, not an everyday going shopping bag, Amelia. But I like to take bags that I feel like using, so I will still do that, but definitely not the easiest to use in my collection. But I still love her and she's not going anywhere. She also fits me crossbody quite well, slightly shorter crossbody. But again, for me, a bag that I love, but definitely not for everybody. I'm looking at my Chanel collection and I have actually probably sold the most Chanel bags, although I did a video with the bags I've sold from Louis Vuitton and Chanel, and I was surprised at how much I've sold from both of them. But I have sold a lot of Chanel bags. I used to have significantly more, and I know that's crazy because I have a lot, but I used to have more variety and more different styles. I've let a lot go that didn't work. And once we do this one, we're on to basically all Chanel minis then, because that's probably the style that works the best for me. This is the Chanel Classic Flap in the medium size, in the caviar, in the silver hardware. I love this bag now that I have had the chain extended. So I can now wear this over my suit and over my work coat, and this works perfectly well for me. It also doubles up very well and sits under my shoulder, whereas before this was one of those bags that was up here. And it drove me crazy. I never used it. It was such an expensive piece of ornament sitting on the shelf that wasn't used. And I bought this as a professional achievement. Something happened in my professional life that may never have happened. I was ecstatic about it basically. And I bought this to mark it. And I was really disappointed then that I didn't love it and I didn't use it. I bought it because I wanted this bag, not because I'd actually thought about the usability. But I sent it to leather surgeons in America. I got the chain extended, and for me this is now a great bag. I use this a lot more than before it was done. The only thing I will say about it, it is a full leather bag. It does have the, oh, you can see I use it. It does have the double flap. Mine has the burgundy on the inside, but because of that, it can get quite heavy. So if you're wearing this crossbody for a full day, I certainly will feel it on my shoulder. And yes, it's not the lightest bag out of if you're taking, for example, the minis or the fabric bags, but I love it now that the chain is extended. Let's start with the Chanel minis, and the first one is a caviar mini in the chevron. Chevron is my favourite over the quilting, although I am lucky enough to have both. I much prefer the chevron. This is in the light gold hardware. This is the traditional mini. It is stuffed. I'm not normally very good at remembering to do that, but I've actually done it with this one. It has one slip pocket on the back and it has a zip pocket, and this wears perfectly crossbody on me. This doesn't have the 4 grommets, it has 2. So if you want to shorten this to wear it either on your shoulder or as a hand carry, you need to either get the little clips or tie. You can pull the chain together on the inside like this and tie it, and it will shorten the length of it, and you can wear it then as a top handle or a shoulder bag. For me, I generally use these crossbody, so it's not really an issue. I will show you the length of this one on me crossbody, and for reference, I am 5'1". The next one is also chevron and is one of my absolute favourites because I love the colour of it. And this is the Chanel mini rectangle in the chevron in the lambskin. This colour was from the 18B collection, so was the teal there that I just showed you. And this was called purple, although it's very much like a fuchsia magenta, but you can see the purple undertones. This also has light gold hardware, has the pocket on the back, and is lambskin. This will have slight corner wear because of the lambskin and it's not as durable, but it's beautiful. The thing with lambskin is it really saturates the colour. It takes colour really, really well. For me, that's a big plus. And I love this bag. This is one of my favourites, probably my favourite colour in this whole room. Next is another Chanel bag that's one of my absolute favourites. I pre-ordered this from the runway 6 months in advance. This was part of the LA collection. I just loved the sequins, although I have to say this bag does not do itself justice. This bag on camera never looks as good as it does in real life. It just doesn't capture the colours and the vibrancy properly. This bag is absolutely stunning. This is one of my favourites at the moment. It's probably one of the bags that I look to use. So if I'm wearing something, I will look to see if this works with it, and that's always a win at these sort of prices. Still with Chanel, and I'm getting the feeling that I'm missing something. Hopefully I'm not. This is the last reissue in my collection. I used to have another one, but I sold it. This is from the Meteoric collection. It is the iridescent unicorn mermaidy type bag. I think that's what people were commonly knowing it as. It is all of these different colours. The gradient and the mix on the colour on every bag is different. None of them are exactly the same. I was lucky enough on mine to get one that had a pretty good colour mix and had most of the colours on it. Some of them you can find that are basically mostly pink or mostly blue. This one does have a good mix. It is a brighter gold. It's not light gold. It's definitely more shiny gold than the other ones that I showed you. It has the 4 grommets because it is the mini reissue as opposed to the mini rectangle, which makes it easy to wear it on the shoulder or to wear it crossbody. This is a beautiful bag. It's it's very stunning, and the colours on it are amazing. I also love the reissue chains. They are different to the chains than on the classic reissue, and I like them. I think they're very jewellery like. They add something to the bag, And the reissue, I think, is an underrated bag. I think the reissue is great, but doesn't get enough attention. Next is my only mini Chanel bag in the quilting. As I said, I prefer the chevron. This is also from the 18B collection. This was called Raspberry. It always shows more red on camera, but it does have a kind of deep pink raspberry undertone to it. Perhaps like a blue base, but it definitely shows more red. It has the silver cardware. This is in the quilting, as I said. It's also caviar. It has the pocket on the back. It's the traditional mini reissue, and I think this was potentially the first one that I bought, and as you can see, it sparked a little bit of an addiction. Next is one of the Chanel minis that became very sought after and was a bit of a cult classic, and it is the rose gold. As you can see, I use mine. It is the rose gold. I think this was 17C. It is light gold hardware. I think it is chevron. It is caviar, so it is very hard wearing. It's just a beautiful bag. The thing about this bag is it's an interesting neutral, as Meredith calls it. It goes with so much. This will go with so much of my wardrobe. It will go with whites and creams and classics and summer colours, but under different lights it will throw different colours. So in some outfits, in some light, it will show as a very kind of rose gold. In others it will throw more pink, others it will throw more green. It's just a really fabulous bag, and I can understand why this one became very sought after, and the resale market for this at a time was absolutely crazy. It's still high. It's not as high as it once was, but it is a great bag, and if you're a mini Chanel lover and you get the chance to get this one, I think it's a great addition. Another one of my favourite Chanel bags in my collection is this little sequence number. It just reminds me of a candy wrapper. This is the summer light, brighter colour version of the sequins in the background. I love sequin bags. You will see that as we go along. So these really work for me. This one is not a traditional mini. It's not a reissue. It's a seasonal bag. Does have the 4 grommets, which means that you can put it like this. This is very light. It has a fabric lining on the inside, which makes this bag really light to carry. It does have the little pocket on the background. I have only ever worn it crossbody. I never really wear bags on the shoulder. They slip off and annoy me. But this one I really love the colours of, and is probably one of my favourite Chanel bags, I think. I probably do use the black one more. It just goes with more, and our weather is probably suited more to a black based bag, but this one I think is stunning. Moving on to Louis Vuitton, and I think this is probably my biggest collection, and my first bag is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the GM. I adore this bag. This is my second one. I do have another one. I can't show it to you because it's currently with Louis Vuitton getting all of the leather replaced. It has the beige interior and it has the original script writing. Stunning writing on the inside, and hopefully whenever the leather is all replaced, it gives that a new lease of life and I can use that one again. But when it became very worn, I immediately bought another. I think these are brilliant bags. I use this as my work bag. It's very much a workhorse. Everything gets thrown in. It carries everything. It does get heavy, but any bag that you're putting 2 laptops in gets heavy. I do have all my little charms on it. I think this is great, and there will always, unless something drastic happens, always be a Neverfull GM in my collection. Speedy 30 from the original Murakami collection. I have never used this bag and I never will use this bag. This bag is too boxy for me, too bulky, too heavy. You can see the light flashing all of the different hardware because there's so much hardware on it. It's just too boxy. I did not buy this bag to use. I bought this bag because there are certain pieces of Louis Vuitton especially that I am a collector. I've got collector tendencies for, and I bought this because I wanted a piece of the original black and white Murakami in my collection. I have an office out through that way and I have shelves in there. I bought this as decor for my office. This sits on my shelves out there. I love it. I've no regrets on buying it. I never intended to use it. It's used as it was intended, decor. It's staying, and yes, I have ordered pieces from the new Murakami collection and I will share those with you when they come. Moving on to the Petite Mals, and as you can tell, I am a creature of habit. When I come across a bag style that I love, just like the Chanel Mini Rectangle, I will buy it in multiples. I know it's a stupid expensive addiction, but I will buy it in different shapes, different sizes, different colours, not even shapes and sizes, colours maybe, and just kind of collect it. And that is what has happened with the Petite Mals. I have now 4 of those and I have decided that I would like to collect a few more. But anyway, starting with the first one, this is from the 1854 collection. It is the jacquard fabric. I haven't actually used this, and the reason I haven't used it is this is all fabric. And I get nightmares about setting this down in red wine and the stain going all over this fabric, and there's no fixing that. And that just worries me. So I would have to be very careful where I take this to. This did come with a thick guitar strap, which is in the same fabric. I don't mind it. It is not probably the best length on me crossbody, but I don't mind it. This is what it looks on me crossbody. It's probably a little high for my choice. I would probably swap that out and use a chain with it. Although it looks kind of cool with that, but the length just isn't perfect. To be honest, I generally use the Petite Mal's handheld. I will take a thin strap out with me when I use them because I have bounced my monogram one off the floor quite a few times on nights out. So I have started to take straps with me so as I can put them on crossbody towards the end of the night. This one has the rose gold hardware, which is unusual for Louis Vuitton. It's a beautiful, beautiful bag. I should use it and just be very careful where I take it. Next is the monogram, which was my original. This one has quite a few scores. It never really shows on camera, but if you can, it does there. If you can see all those scratches right along there and right along there, they are on every corner. And that is because I've been out and dancing and I've dropped it, and I've done that more than once. I have a habit of dropping things if you've been on my channel before. So this one has been well used. When I bought this, I thought it was probably going to be a bit of a collector's piece. I wanted one in my collection to sit trunk heritage in my room. I use this so much more than I thought. This is one of my favorite bags. I take this out a lot. It's a vibe, it's a moment, it's a conversation starter. This is stunning and sparked an addiction. Thank you very much. But I do love it. This one is the larger size. You can see I have the strap in there for when I do go out to take it with me. This is the newer size of these. There is one that I will show you that is slightly smaller. This, when I say larger, don't get excited, doesn't hold a huge amount, but it is slightly bigger than the original. My newest Petite Mal is this fluoro one, which I bought in New York. I haven't actually used this yet because I only bought it in the summer and I haven't had the opportunity to, but look at her as the light bounces off her hardware. She is fabulous. Think pink highlighter. That's the colour of this bag. All of these little bits are raised. They are fabric on it, and it is in the gold hardware, and the whole bag is this fluoro pink, and it does have the fluoro pink strap. I adore this. I bought this from Fashion File when I was there in New York in the summer. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful bag. Meredith has this bag as well, one of my favourites, and I'm so glad I finally have this one in my collection because it doesn't come up on the resale market all that often. This is one of my most used bags. This is the original size of the Petite Mal in the epi leather with the pink and the gold and the black. I love the tackiness of this because you have the bright gold against these bright colours. You can see, I'll grab the old one. No, Amelia, you'll grab the new one. This is the old one. But anyway, you can see the difference between the new one, which is the monogram, and the older one. This one is thicker and chunkier, and it is also a bit higher. It doesn't make a huge difference. You can obviously get a little bit more in it, and it's slightly easier when you're Tetrising your things because you do have to Tetris these bags. This one is though one of my most used. I love this bag. It's just the different colours on it. I think it's so cool. I will use this with a black. I actually took this to the top of the Eiffel Tower when we were in Paris. I used this as a bag to go shopping for the day because I love it that much. Not the most practical, but I love the look of it, and I think this bag is stunning. If you can get one of these, the Preloved market for the older versions, you can get them actually really good deals. I think I paid about 1,800 for this, which I think a new one is what, between 4,000 and 5,000 maybe. So really good bags. Love this one, this being one of my most used. Next is a little mini Petite Mal. This is the little mini petite trunk card holder. This does come with a chain. You can wear this crossbody. This does fit your cards. It's very cool. You can do this as a double bagging moment where you wear this and then wear another bag. I will show you this on me crossbody. That is the chain added on to this bag. She either can go across me and wear her very high just as a card holder, or I have seen some people wear this around your neck. Now I have never done that, but I have seen some people just wear her like this. I don't know if I'm going to be cool enough to pull that off, but certainly crossbody if you just need a card holder and you don't need anything else in it. These are little cool little bags. This is in the green epi, and I love the gold hardware against this one. What we were saying about my addictiveness and coming across a bag style that I like and buying multiples in it, let's look at the Louis Vuitton Capucines. This is the BB. I have one BB, so I was not so bold with this one, but this is the Arty Capucines. I think this is a stunning version. The BB is the biggest size that I have. It has the multicolour enamel hardware here. It has velvet. These are velvet strips across it. What the Arty Capucines is, it's where an artist collabs with Louis Vuitton and they produce a number of capucines in the different sizes in their style of art, and that's what this was. This is all etched into the fabric, so you can actually feel this raised along it. Beautiful, beautiful bag. It's a handheld bag for me. It does come with a crossbody strap. I've never worn it crossbody. It's big and it's bulky. It's not the way I think this bag was made to be worn. I have used it and I do use it, but because it's a hand carry and it's that little bit bigger, it's not one of my most used bags, but I think it's absolutely stunning. It has a beautiful interior with the pink. It's just a beautiful bag, but for me, not my most used, just because of how I use it. I then have 4 of the mini capucines, which I know is excessive, but they're beautiful, but they're annoying. I do have a full review of these bags on my channel. If you're looking at these, watch that first, because these are annoying to use. They're fiddly, although I will show you, these are the older 2 versions, and I will show you the newer version and the difference. And the difference, even though it is small, makes these bags a lot easier to use. Which was my first? This was my first, which is in the black leather with the, oof, dropping it, with the blue inlay on the LV, and this is the plexiglass handle. These handles don't move, which makes these fiddly to get in and out of. It does have, this one comes with the thicker guitar strap. It does have this flap that goes across and sits tucked in there, but if you can see inside, it's 2 sections. As I say, I have a full review, but it's 2 sections and that doesn't get out of your way, so it makes it hard to use. I have worn them crossbody, but it's easier to use as a handheld, although it's still not easy to use if it's a bag that you need in and out of often. My next one was this one, and I adore the colour of this. I think it's absolutely stunning. This is the deep fuchsia. It has the malachite inlay on the LV, and this also comes with the thick guitar strap, and it's all of that beautiful pink on the inside. This is one of my favourite bags for the look. It's not one of my most used, and it is fiddly, but for how it looks, it's definitely one of my favourites. The next 2 are the newer version, and I will show you the difference. This one is from the By the Pool collection, I believe. It is in this beautiful colour, although for me this is a summer bag, so I just think this pink doesn't work so well in the winter. It has this enamel handle. This enamel handle all has gold through it, and what this is meant to represent is the Japanese art of repairing things with gold once they're broken, rather than just throwing them away. I like the poetry behind that. I think it's very beautiful. I love the interior of this. I think it's a stunning bag. The difference on this and the next one is they have now added the little hooks to the outside, and these now come with a thin crossbody strap. Even that tiny little difference where you attach the crossbody strap to the outside of the bag makes this bag easier to use. It's easier to get in and out of the back pocket. It's easier to get your phone in and out of, and it just makes it that little bit easier, that tiny little detail. So I'm glad they've done that. I do like the look of a thick guitar strap, but the thinner strap on these is easier to use because it's adjustable and it is easier to get it to your setting, and it just makes the bag hang better, and where the thick one sits is a bit awkward. So this, I do think this is a good improvement on the bag. And my newest one of these is the So Red, which has the red leather and all of the red hardware. It was the red hardware on this that did it for me. I absolutely fell in love with it. This one also has a little zip pocket on the inside. That is new. My other 3, none of them have this little zip pocket. I don't particularly know how often that will be used because, as I said, these are quite awkward to use, these bags in general. But there is now a zip pocket in there, and I will show you this one. This also has the hooks on the outside, so I will show you how this now sits crossbody. This is the new version on me crossbody. The old version, the strap went attached diagonally like this, and it just made it that little bit more awkward to get in and out of, whereas now that's on the outside, and it just makes this bag that little bit easier to use. Still with Louis Vuitton, I have 3 Almas. This is a bag that I once said that I hated and I would never buy. I've now eaten those words and have 3 of them. This one I bought because I wanted in my collection, let's be honest. I love the stripe in this. This is an older version of the bag. I love the stripe in the vernis leather. I love the colours of it. I just really liked it and I wanted to have it in my collection. This sits out with my Speedy outside in my office on the shelves. I would use it. I think I've maybe used it once. It's never going to be one of my most used bags. That's not really the intention of buying it. That sounds ridiculous. But I bought it because I wanted it in my collection. Using it is probably a bonus, and I just think it's stunning. This is the older version. It has the gold hardware and it's Vernet leather. Vernet, you can see the light hitting off it. It will get fingerprints all over it. It's a bit of an annoying leather, but it's beautiful, and in this version I just loved it. First Alma was the black and white malatage. Now I have only just tied the handles of this. This is what you're meant to do with these. When I wasn't and I was being a bad handbag owner, you can see very slightly the mark of the handle where this was hanging down. So don't do that. don't do what I did and just leave them hanging and be lazy. Tie them up, because when you tie them up like this, it keeps the handles off the leather. This one has soft leather, so there was starting to be indentations on it from the handles. Now I've lifted it, it will fill out and puff, but just be aware of that. This is the best way to do it. I have added my little Prada teddy bag charm onto her. I think she looks fabulous on this bag. The Alma, as I said, I didn't like. I saw this version though in this black and white with the bright gold hardware, and I fell in love with it, and it kind of sparked a bit of a love of the Alma. Not that I needed to have more bags to love and buy, but I do love this one, and I'm glad that I bought it, and it sparked this little addiction, because let's be honest, I'm crazy. Next is the Nano Alma, and this is probably, is this my favourite Alma? It might just be. I love the orange in it. It's so bright. I love the epi leather. That is almost indestructible. This is a nano bag, but it's more like a mini bag. This holds a lot more than you would think. I can fit my phone in this, which is an iPhone Pro. I took this to Paris. I wore this crossbody shopping. It did me all day. I carried everything I needed in it. I just think these are great little bags. And for Louis Vuitton prices as a leather bag, these are still pretty reasonably priced. Now, they're not cheap, but we're talking about Louis Vuitton prices. These are still pretty reasonably priced if you take it in that context, and they come in lots of bright and brilliant colours. They will also have neutrals, but if you want something a bit more out there, this is a really good option. I did buy this little Vivienne when we were in Paris and add her on, and I think she looks great on this bag. I think my last Louis Vuitton bag is probably one of my best, and it is the Louis Vuitton Speedy from the Pharrell Williams collection. This is the P9 Speedy. I got mine from the original drop, which was the primary colours, red, yellow, green, blue, and I went for the red. I think it was a brown as well. This leather is so soft. These bags are ridiculously expensive for a leather Speedy. Absolutely hear you, yes they are. But they're really, really beautiful. The leather's gorgeous. They're so squidgy. I use mine very casually crossbody. Now it's stuffed with its pillow at the minute, but this is very slouchy. I throw this across me, normally throw the bag round to the back, and it's just a vibe, and it's so casual, and I just love using it. Have I used it handheld? I don't think I have. I've used this bag quite a lot, but always with the crossbody strap. I know a lot of people you will see just carry the Speedy. I don't love the Speedy though. I know, and I'm sitting with a hugely expensive one, but I don't love them to hand carry. It's not one of my favourite types of bags. So for me, it was as a slouchy, casual crossbody bag, and that's how it works. I know, stupid money. I can hear myself, but then as we've established, I'm nuts. And this is the P9 Speedy, and she's beautiful. I think that's all of the Louis bags, and I'm trying to race through this as quickly as possible because we've so many bags to get through. So let's go to Dior, and this is this is my newest Dior bag, and I bought this Preloved for a steal. I bought this for about half price, and it was in excellent condition. This is the 30 Montaigne box bag in the blue oblique. I just love this. It reminds me of a Petite Mal. It is softer than the Petite Mal. It's not the trunk, it's not hard-sided like the Petite Mal is, but I like the box shape of it. This comes with a really thick, chunky crossbody strap with a big gold clasp. I like the hardware on it. I just think it's a cool bag, and I got it for a great price. It says Montaigne across the back, blue oblique, Preloved. For me, a really good buy, and it's a bag that I have actually worn, and I like the CD on it. I know Dior at the minute, not everybody's favourite, but as a Preloved bag, I thought this was a great opportunity to buy. One of my favourite Dior bags, and an absolute fan favourite on the channel. I know a lot of you guys love this bag, and it is the mini Lady Dior in the jungle scene in the sequin, and it has the Dior over here. It has the elephant on the front. It has a peacock coming up underneath the Dior here. It has a tiger on the back, which I love. I love tigers. I love the colours of this bag. I think this bag is stunning. I bought this bag in Milan with my husband for his birthday. Yes, that's why we were in Milan, and yes, we bought the sequin mini lady Dior. I know I'm not putting myself in the best light there, but I love it and he loves it. He loves it for me, that's what we'll say. But it's a beautiful, beautiful bag. It is the mini. They're kind of annoying. The lady Dior in general is kind of annoying. I used to have the pink with the iridescent hardware in the small size. I've since sold that. Didn't work for me. This one works because the bag is so special and so beautiful. I don't know if I would buy a leather version of these because they're annoying, and I don't know if I would use it. I use this one just because I love it that much, and I think she's absolutely stunning. Next is the mini saddle bag. I love this. This is not for everybody though. This is annoying. You hear that a lot with these luxury bags. You can put your phone in this, but when you put your phone in it, the phone will go diagonal and it sits up a little bit. Now, the flap covers it and you don't see the phone sticking out when you have the flap in. I have a full review if you're interested in it. But I think it's very cool. I think it's a moment and a vibe, and I love to just carry this bag. I think this bag just on its own is a real moment. I think she's a statement. I love the size of her. I love that she's mini. I can get my phone in, but she's annoying. I can get a card holder and a key, and that's about it. Not the easiest to use, but look at her. Look at her. She's just class. I just love using her simply because of what she looks like. And the last Dior bag in my collection is the regular Dior saddlebag size. This has softened a lot, thankfully. When I got this leather was a little bit harder, but from use it has softened, and I think it's like a good old leather jacket. I think it's much better now. I like this much better. I like the CD on it. I don't really wear it crossbody. I have put it under my arm, but more I hand carry this. This is the kidney shape bag that a lot of people don't like the shape of this. The Dior saddlebag is one that really gives people love or hate vibes. I really love it. I would probably collect these in multicolours. I have to be careful. I would probably definitely maybe collect the mini in multicolours, even though they're so not very easy to use. But we're not here for the practical all the time. Let's be honest when it comes to my collection. I just think they're cool bags. I love the shape of them. I like that they're a bit different. And yeah, it's something that no matter how many of you tell me in the comments that's terrible, I still love. I have one bag from Olympia le Tan, and it is the Burn book from Mean Girls. I think these are cool. She does a lot of bags that look like books, and they either have cities on them or they have cool books embroidered in them. I just think they're cool. Again, these are not for everybody. I have used this. I took it out for dinner. I can put my phone in it, a lip gloss, a key, and that's all I really need. Carried it like this. My husband thought it was a book. Really like it. Really fun versions of these, and they do it on occasion go into the sale. I got this one in the sale and I love it. I just think it's interesting and cool and fun. Hermes. I get a lot of that in the comment box as well because my accent can murder how I say that. But my first Hermes bag was the Birkin. This is the Birkin 25 in the Togo leather, in the palladium hardware, in the rose papri or rose poop. I love this bag. I got this from a reseller because I wanted specifically this colour and no other colour. I was not open to any variation, so I paid the reseller. It does mean that I paid above retail, but I got exactly what I wanted. And I just think she's stunning and beautiful, and I would love more Hermes Birkins in bright colours because I think Hermes do colours so well that they just make the bag. If these were in more neutral plain colours, I probably wouldn't like it. I think it would probably be a bit too plain for me. But in the brights, I absolutely love it. And my newest, hello, I love you. My newest little Goldie, the Hermes Mini Kelly. I adore this bag. Absolutely want to collect these, but the resale market has these stupidly expensive and they're so hard to get from the store. I have videos on my channel talking about this. I waited a very long time on the wishlist system in the UK and Ireland and Europe. I think all have the wishlist system, but I love her. She's beautiful. She is in the Chev leather in the motard colour with the silver palladium hardware. Little tiny mini Kelly. Love this bag. I think a lot of you are getting bored of her because I just can't stop showing her to you and talking about her. Next is Fendi. I have two bags from Fendi. I have the Purple Rain sequenced bag. Sequin, Amelia. Purple Rain sequin bag from Fendi, and I call this deal after deal from Deal's Addiction. Love this bag. Mine is the one with the yellowy mustard type colour on the inside. This does come with a crossbody strap. I don't wear it crossbody, The strap that it comes with is too short on me. When I take this out, it's more of a statement and it's a hand carry moment, and I love it. I've had this bag out. I took it out on Christmas Day. I've had this bag out a few times recently. She does bring the light and make her crazy on the camera, but she's beautiful and she's stunning. This is the Sex and the City one. That is obviously the new edition of it, but that's where it was from. It was a copy of the one that Carrie had, and I just love having this in my collection. I also have the pink one, which was released after the second show. What's that? And Just Like That, is that what you call it? Whenever they did it, Carrie had a pink one, and then obviously Fendi went and released it. This one I call the Meredith. I got this in London. Meredith was with me when I bought it. I bought a crossbody strap for this. I actually do wear this one crossbody. I bought the Fendi strap that has the pink and the neutral colour on it, and I wear that crossbody, and this works for me crossbody. I don't like the strap that comes with it. It's too short, and I don't like, you can take off this top handle and add it onto the strap to make it longer. I don't like doing that. So I do prefer to wear the strap that I bought with it when I wear this crossbody, and I have worn this one very casual. I've worn this with a hoodie and I think chinos maybe. We were going to the cinema, I remember, one night, and I had this crossbody and I just absolutely loved it. We're nearly there. Next is Prada, and I have one bag from Prada, and it is the Raffia reedition bag in the orange and the neutral type stripe. I love this. I have never worn this crossbody, and I have never used the little pouch that hangs from it. I either wear it like this or I carry it in the summer. This is a bag that gets so much use from me in the summer. It's just the colours of it and the fabric or the material. It's just such a summer bag. I love this. This is going nowhere. I have one bag from Gucci, and it is the Gucci Super Mini in the multicolour. I use this for concerts a lot. I took this out with me at Pride this year. It fits my phone, a card holder, my key. That's all I really need. I love the multicolour version of it. It's very light, so for concerts and things like that, it's perfect because you're not carrying a heavy bag. This little beauty definitely has got a very low cost per wear. That's important because she goes to every concert, and she also goes on holiday quite a lot. I love her. It's the colours for me on this bag and just how light and usable she is. One of my most used bags this year is the Loewe squeeze bag in the small size. The bag I started the year by saying I wouldn't buy. But then I did, and I realised that big bags are useful and you can put your things in, and they're handy and they're very easy to use, and I love this. I bought this when I was in Paris with my husband for our anniversary. Great bag, very easy to just throw on crossbody. I would fix that strap if I was wearing it properly. It goes with so much. The colour works for me. It's a pinky purpley colour. Very easy to use bag, and because I have so many small, Tetrisy, mini, awkward and annoying bags, once I got this into my collection, it actually gets a huge amount of use. And the last bag, if you have made it this far, please go into the comment box and leave me an emoji to show me that you're still here. And it is the YSL GME 4.3 bag. I bought this pre-loved. I got this basically half price, and the reason I have bought this is I want to swap into this for work. I think this will go really well with a corporate type outfit for work. I do, however, have to get an organizer for it. I've arranged to do that in the new year. Once I do that, I will swap out of the Neverfull. I will show you that, let you know if I'm actually using her or not. I know a lot of people were very skeptical when I got this bag that I won't actually come out of the Neverfull, because I adore the Neverfull. But I'm going to give it a good try because I think this would be a beautiful work bag. It's very light. Obviously, when I put my laptops in, it'll be heavy, but it does need a little bit of help from an organizer before they go in. And I think it's a beautiful bag, and I think this will look fabulous with a corporate wardrobe. So how many do we have? Let me count. We have 41 if we count the little small box bag or the little small Louis Vuitton card holder bag, which I generally don't count as a bag, but we do have the other Neverfull that is away at Louis Vuitton getting repaired. I have a feeling that I'm missing something because I thought the last time I counted I had 40, more than that. But I think that is my handbag collection for 2024. There are a couple of bags that I have bought that I haven't yet unboxed. I haven't even unboxed them to myself. I haven't really actually accepted that I've bought them yet. I do that. I will make them wait, and then when I'm ready, I will unbox them as if they're new bags. I will share those with you when the time is right, and I will have unboxing coming from Murakami. So this collection is going to change very quickly in the new year, and it's going to get larger very quickly in the new year. Not that it's not ridiculous and large enough, but there are things already here and there's things coming. Let me know what you think of my updated handbag collection for 2024. Let me know what your favourite is, and let me know what your least favourite is. Thank you so much for watching this. If you've enjoyed it in any way, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. And even after this big big long video. If you're not done with me yet, I'm going to leave another video for you on the screen to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.